Ed, sorry, should have sent you this video yesterday, but got holed up with another motor on the start stand. So yeah, your harness is done. I can go through it here quickly with you. A lot of connectors were replaced. Harness, yeah, all the connectors were not in very good shape. So yeah, we're talking 3UZ, manual application, throttle connector was replaced. We've added in this for you. If you have a look down there, this is your EFI water temp sensor. Okay, just underneath it there's a little plug. You can unscrew that, screw in a Toyota water temp sender, and that'll plug straight into it. Okay, if you need a part number or whatever for that, you just let me know and I'll send that over to you. EFI water temp sensor connector was replaced. Your solenoid for your VVTIs, those connectors were replaced. All of your injector connectors were replaced. Your variable throttle length connector also. Coming down here, this was replaced, this airflow meter. Okay, so you've got a fork that comes out here, goes to your airflow meter, continues coming down, goes to your alternator. That connector was replaced. This is a 3-pin, so all of your charge light and everything like that will be coming out of your client plug. I'll get into that in a moment. You've got another fork that comes out. It goes to a low oil warning. I don't know if you're using a front sump. Most guys, we take this out because it doesn't really do anything for you. Okay, but if you are using a front sump, plug it in. If you're not, then yeah, just tie it to your other piece of harness there. Error code won't come out. All of that's been deleted. So this is for your right hand O2 sensor. Just make sure that it is not obviously in the way of exhaust manifolds and stuff like that. Stop it from getting burnt. Coming down here, you've got an earth strap at the back right hand side, and you've got another one over here on the left hand side. Make sure that those two are fastened properly because your system does rely on those. Okay, that is your main earth supplies for the system itself. This over here is a noise filter. Okay, the other one on the other side, I think it broke off through in the whole washing process. That one's been discontinued. These all run on the same circuit anyway, so it's only required to have one. This is basically just stops noise going, through your car radio. Okay, so running down here, pretty much the same thing as the other side. So all of your injector connectors have been replaced. Your cam position sensors on both sides. Sorry, I didn't show you the one on the other side. Both of those have been replaced. Replaced. All the same as the other side, really. Okay. This is your TPS. That one, I don't think we did replace that one. I don't think there was anything wrong with that one. So your pre-VVTI, that's been replaced. Okay, and then it goes down to your crank sensor, goes over here to your aircon, okay, and then it wraps around here and it plugs into your oil pressure switch. Okay, so that basically concludes the actual harness. We didn't replace, we normally take this off and put split sprag and then wrap that. There was nothing wrong with any of these, so we've left that. Okay, yeah, it looks all good. It looks all good. Okay, coming down here, you have a split off. This comes down to your fuse block. Okay, you've got 6 fuses in here because it's all throttle by wire. So you've got your ignition, you've got your fuel pump, you've got your sensors, you've got your injection, throttle by wire, all of that stuff. Okay, it's all marked on the bottom of your fuse box lid. I need to get one for you. I see there's not one here. But yeah, one of those will be on for you. And you got your start relay, you got your fuel control relays, and you've got your EFI and main relay. And there's your engine light. So if there is any error codes, that'll come on. We'll start it for you in a moment, and you'll see that it's all been flashed for manual application. That there's just an earth terminal. We put that in every fuse block. We obviously build hundreds of fuse blocks, and we use on multiple different engines. Okay, so yeah, you can use that if you want to do any testing of fuses or anything like that, but you should have no problem. Coming down here, you've got your gland or your grommet that goes into your it seals your ECU from the elements. Okay, this red wire, that's your main power supply for the system. So this goes directly to your battery. Okay, it's pretty long. You can see it goes all the way there to the battery. So this is permanent 12 volt. Okay, and then coming down here is your ECU. Okay, and then this is now what you're going to connect to your vehicle. So you've got a branch here of 3. Okay, you've got a 4-pin and a 6-pin. These we pre-wire for you. So this goes into a little harness that'll go. It's long enough to go into your cab, and that'll plug into your accelerator pedal, and the 4-pin ends up as a OBD2 connector. Okay, I've still got my interface plugged in there. That's what that is. And then here you've got the connector that you'll be wiring into your vehicle. So you've got your ignition, your ignition, your start, your fuel, your rev counter, your temperature gauge. You've got your oil light, your charge light, your engine light, and that black with the white is for your aircon compressor clutch. Okay, so that's basically what you're going to be wiring in. 3 wires to get it to start, and then obviously the other 4 for your cluster, and then your aircon, and that's about it. This is the pigtail here that you'll be wiring into your vehicle. There will be a pin-out diagram in your client folder. We'll be sending you, with the video and everything else. So yeah, just go through that. If you've got any questions at all, you just give us a shout. What I'll do is I'll quickly pop on the intake, okay, and plug in the airflow meter and get you a fuse box lid, and then we'll do a test run and we'll do a scan for any error codes. And okay, so I've put on the air intake pipe and plugged in the airflow meter. There's one thing I want to bring to your attention here. I tell all the guys this because so many guys make a mistake with it. Just make sure, a lot of guys don't use this air intake pipe. They use a aftermarket one. Whatever you do, your ventilation for your crankcase, there's a tube that comes out of your right-hand valve cover. Just make sure that that tube is connected into this pipe between your throttle body and between your airflow meter. So it's got to be in between there somewhere. It can be anywhere. It's got to be in between there. The air going into the engine ends up going into your intake manifold, and that air obviously needs to be calculated by the management system. Okay, this is where it gets sucked through. So you've got a VSV valve over there, and it gets sucked through. I think it connects onto this one. We've just got it blocked off. We don't need any of that stuff connected for test running engines in the workshop. But yeah, just make sure that that's all connected. Here is your fuse box lid, and underneath the fuse box lid, everything's been marked out there for you. So all good. Let me get her cranked up for you, and I'll send you a running video and we'll do a scan. Okay, so one thing I just wanted to mention, these on the back here are basically dampeners. So they take the pulsation out of the fuel pump, so that your fuel injectors have a dead-on consistent fuel pressure. So they're not fuel pressure regulators, they're dampeners. You've got one on either side. A lot of guys make a mistake and they think that's an adjustment screw, that little Phillips head there. I don't know why Toyota did that, but they did. You'll see when you switch on the motor, don't turn it, it'll just break off. You'll see when you switch on the motor or switch on your fuel pump, what'll happen is that little star screw, or that Phillips head, will actually lift up about 1 millimeter. So when you press down on it, it should be a little spongy. It should lift up about 1 millimeter, 1.5 millimeters, if you've got fuel pressure. Okay, so yeah, I don't have anything now, so it might take a little bit cranking just for her to start up while she builds up pressure. Let's quickly have a look. Can't run her very long. is I'll actually quickly plug in my scanner. If it has picked up any codes, it'll basically store in memory. But yeah, let me quickly. I had the wrong interface in there. I've still got my flashing interface in there. So let me put my diagnostic scanner in there, and then we'll do a scan and make sure that there are no errors. Okay, so this has been flashed as a GS 430 2004. I can't remember what you sent in. It was probably a GS. It doesn't matter, it's all for engine swap anyway. In fact, I think GS has a little bit more performance. So let's enter into that. And I'll actually quickly start her again just so that we can be doubly sure. I can't run her very long because I don't have a cooling system on the start stand. So no DTCs. Let me quickly. Okay, so you've got no error codes on the system. Yeah, you should enjoy it. It should be 100% for you. If you've got any questions, queries, need any technical, please let me know, and we will obviously assist you in every way that we can.